Ain't you and I getting the right wrong? It was looking bright, yeah. Now it feels like the light's gone. What's on your mind? 'Cause I get bad dreams about what you and I saying. What's on your mind? 'Cause the room is full from all the space it's taking. Better wake up, this situation, it's cold and heartless. We can't just hide.
Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all on the crypto sell-off day where Bitcoin pulled back a little bit. I mean, not more than 3% now, only down 2.58%, but many altcoins lost a lot more value than Bitcoin. And that's kind of typical. That's normal stuff. But, yeah. So some people have probably sobered up from that, but I mean, if you look at Bitcoin, has any technical damage been done? No, certainly not. And I mean, really just, this could keep falling. All right, don't get me wrong here, but I mean, look left. I mean, the local high from August 14th and August 16th, you're just right around that level, holding it for now. If you don't hold it, then you're most likely coming to the demand line, which is not far below you, so that's why you just can't be that surprised. And we're looking at like $47,182 if it continues to slide. So that's just, again, not much. What, another $1,000, $1,100?
Don't be surprised if AMC is up 20 to 30% tomorrow.
Well, dude, it looked good, man. I don't know. It just looked the way the assets look in history based on what I've seen that looked like it could have done that, right? I mean, it's not like I called it. It was just literally just as easy. It could have not been up, right? It's never about expectations. It's just about applying things we've learned from history, and those things can often repeat, and that's what technical analysis is in a lot of ways. It was a lot of good things on that asset, and yeah, it is up. It was up 20% or whatever. And also, the Oakman, thank you for the $20 contribution during the intro. He said, good call on that AMC breakout, man. Saved me some tendies. I guess he was in it and wasn't sure what to do or something, and he just held. If I saved him tendies, because I didn't make him tendies. So, I don't know, man. Like, again, it's never about calling something here. It's just about applying traditional technical analysis and seeing what happens, man. And that's the game, man. It's just we have a passion for this stuff. It's fun. It's literally a game that I really have been enjoying for 10 years. It's just, it's not about certainties. It's all about probabilities. And it's never about expecting something, all right? So yeah, Bitcoin down about $1,300, down a little bit more near the lows of the day. But it does feel like the world's come to an end, right? I mean, everyone's scared. Bitcoin's down $1,200, $1,300, and people are posting bearish tweets again. People tweeting, yeah, better be careful. This is it, man. Starting to reverse here. It's over. Maybe it is. What's up, Ross, man?
Bruh.
Yeah, sure.
Ross
It's holding up okay.
$25. Hex thanks mid-charting.
Hex is actually now in the green. It was red all day, but it began to outperform later in the day, from what I noticed, staring at, like, looking at it all day, or looking at. I'm not staring at Hex all day, but like I'm constantly looking at percentage changes, and it started recovering really well, and now it's actually up on the day, 0.2% with H bar. Wow, that H bar has gone green. Everything on one of my watch lists was red, every single one. Now I know there are some altcoins out there that are not in the red, but they're not large market caps. Okay, so you just go to, remember, all right, so what was kind of like the thought? The bearish divergence was there on the MACD, the higher high at the heart line, lower levels, positive momentum. And it was like impending price action reversal, maybe. But man, where were the sellers? It was so pathetic yesterday, and it looks like they finally have come through, right? The sellers have come through, and they're pushing the price lower. But you could, I mean, as long as Bitcoin eventually makes a higher low than 44,150, there's going to be 4-hour hidden bullish divergence, where there will be an attempted rally most likely at some point when this thing bottoms out. Whenever it pivots above 44,150,
BTC 28
we'll get some continuation price action.
2nd of March. Look at that on the daily and compare that's now at the same level.
Is that a joint?
Interesting.
February 28th to March 2nd. February 28th. February 28th to March 2nd. What about it? Yeah, it was here. February 28th to March 2nd, right here. What about a bullish engulfing candle, the resumption of the uptrend? Compare that to now, same levels. Oh. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, is this not the level I thought I was live streaming and we were talking about this level of inflection before it even tested it? $50,300? It was also a swing low from March 25th. So yeah, I mean, like you reacted here and you are bearishly engulfing on the daily. Man, that's kind of discouraging a little bit, where you were building positive momentum and the sell-off is so bad that all of a sudden it's like undeniable. Like you got the separation of histogramons, hidden bullish divergence into potentially bearish divergence, classic bearish divergence on the daily. Man. What's up, fake Ross? Thanks for the 40. Wow, fake Ross is one-upping real Ross.
Bruh.
What's going on, dude? Because fake Ross was here, but now fake Ross. That might be real Ross, but real Ross never super chats, so we know it's a fake Ross if he super chats. Okay, so oh man, I don't know. Like the oscillator on the MACD is starting to look a little weird. Not that great. I mean,
hope you had a better day than my alts portfolio. What do you think about the Citigroup news?
the Citigroup news. What was it, Egg? I mean, you maybe didn't have a good altcoin portfolio today, but how about you go back a month? How about you zoom out 30 days and you tell me how well things are going for your altcoin portfolio? You'll be like, yeah, pretty freaking good, like 100% up from where I was, or 40% or 30% up substantially. So yeah, today was not good. But how can there be that much of a surprise about what's going on? I bet altcoins are all a lot of them were at major inflection points. Some had broken out, but many of them had hit targets of trade setups, right? Like KNC almost hit the third target of the trade setup before it reversed. YFI hit a target of the trade setup, two of them technically on Binance before it reversed. B-Pro, I mean, like, what happened to B-Pro? I think B-Pro hit its target, didn't it, of the trade setup? My God. It did. I think it did. Hold on. Let me make sure here. Give me sound check, too. I don't know, man. Sometimes I do sound and it's too quiet, too loud. Wait for a mod to say something. It did. I mean, this is exactly what you can see happen. This is not something you expect, but this is something that makes too much sense, right? Like B-Pro with one of the trade setups, right? August 16th. What, 8 days ago this was posted? Okay, entry, it's back testing an inflection point that goes back to March 1st. Goes back to April 23rd, April 16th, right? It's support. It's support again. It's back testing the 200-day moving average as support. Reset the oscillator, the RSI, no divergence. Everything was good, man. Perfect on B-Pro right here for strategic entry. And there you are. So what have you done? What did you do yesterday? You ran up, you hit the target, you kind of exceeded intraday, but you never got a candle close above it yet, and there are more targets to be had, and that's kind of like where we are, I think, in crypto. Is like, wow, there are like stages and waves, and you have in less significant time scales, you'll have waves up, waves down, just like on the significant ones, and you might be going through a small wave down. This isn't even a wave down, dude. It's just 1 day of indecision after a markup, right? So can you be surprised that B-Pro's down almost 9% today? Can you be surprised that KNC is down 4.2% today?
Is that a joint?
KNC, I mean, like, entry July 27th, just a few days before the new month, and it's like, it's perfect. Back testing the spring, everything was there, everything you could have asked for. The technical indicators, low risk, Okay, all right. You mean, well, how much closer do you need it to be? It didn't quite get there. It was off by pretty much 2 cents, 2 pennies before this pullback. And the pullback isn't a violent overall reversal. It's correlating with Bitcoin. Things happen, Larry. I don't know. You look, you're back testing 204. 204 goes, I don't know where it goes that back to. Go back to March, February of this year. It's like, oh yes, the June highs, it's May highs. It's just it's trying to back test that as support. I think this could go much higher than the targets, but the sentiment when this entry was posted, this trade setup, the sentiment was not near as good as it is now. Isn't that crazy? How a lot of times when I'm posting these trade setups, even back last year, September 23rd, posting that Litecoin entry, the trade setup, a lot of those altcoin trade setups, it was the same sentiment. Like people are like, I don't know, man. Are you sure? Like this could, I'm scared. Like that's the way a lot of people were. And it's like, dude, it's just, there's harmonics that are presenting themselves at deep retraces, complete resets. You got to give it a shot, right? No expectations. We don't expect it to play out, but this is how one could size it up, and you know they play out. And so I just like, I don't know. This is just kind of like, this is the sermon on how you can't be surprised at all if pullbacks have happened today. You can't, man. I mean, it's just here's another one, right? Like August 5th, you know, it's like, okay, the spring back test spring, and this one's kind of been disappointing to me. I'm a little embarrassed for YFI, you know, compared to the rest of the market. It's up substantially. The entry is 32,850-ish, right? You know, it hits 1 target, 2 targets. Technically, it hits 2 on Binance, but this didn't happen anywhere else, Coinbase, wherever. And it's just, it's like failing to launch. It can't break this really powerful 39,650. We knew it was an inflection point. That's why it was the first target of trade setup. Because what happens in another universe? When we don't know, like when the book ends, right? We know about the chapter in the book is bullish, right? But we don't know when that bullish book will end. It could end before the next chapters, or the next part of the chapter is complete of the trade, right? So it could fail, you take profit, and then it's done. And goes down to 30K, it goes to, you know, multi-month lows, and it's done, right? I mean, you don't know. So that's why layering out's good. It may never hit the second and third target, though we think, based out, zooming out, contextually, they will, but it's just gonna take a while. It could come all the way back down to the entry of the trade setup before going again, and it takes a couple more weeks. It sucks sometimes, you know, but you can't be surprised. The profit taking levels probably was taken by many market participants. Okay, anyway, what happened? GRT update. Hey, what's up, Kirkman? Well, we got to look at Hex first. Well, we actually got to look at AMC first, because that is technically a request before the stream even started. There it is. You know, it didn't hit the target quite yet. It hit 48.19. The target was $50.89. That's it, man. I mean, it was just primed. There you have it. There were targets. So the breakout today, the moonage today, and probably not over. But you just never know with these meme stocks. It could be down 10% tomorrow. It's down 10%, everyone gets wrecked, and then it pumps again the next day, down up 30%, right? Yeah, Larrying out. Perfect, dude. That should be trademarked. Someone put that in the good idea folder or something. Trademark Larrying out. No, because we're inverse layering. Larry's kind of the latchkey kid that doesn't take profit when he's supposed to. He doesn't follow his trading plans. Okay, so that's it. I mean, like, well, we just did a, you know, equity biopsy yesterday. Well, we're doing the biopsy today, but it was so critical, man. It was such a big deal. Once, you know, I looked back and saw the 2015, 2017 levels, you were above it. That was kind of, and the high or low locally, those were the signals right there that led me to believe the probability seemed higher that upside was occurring, not downside. Even though I didn't like this asset, really, like August 5th, there was nothing. It was back testing resistance, has resistance again. It wasn't good, but then new pieces of data presented themselves over the next week and a half, and it changed my mind, right? You should go with what the data's telling you, right? Where Bitcoin on the daily was hidden bullish divergence, all of a sudden, is it going classic bearish divergence already? I don't know. I need some more data. It's the daily. It's not the 4 hours. So 4 hours, okay. I think the 4 hours eventually just going to show hidden bullish divergence at some point when it bottoms out. Okay, that's it. I mean, dude, it wasn't just AMC, man. How about Airbnb? I'm sorry, we're getting these requests. Just relax. These are insanely notable events that have occurred today where they acted like cryptos, like S coins. Airbnb, where just there's so much uncertainty, but we knew where it was. We knew it was at the lower risk areas, the one bottom, the reaction low, the reversal low. You rallied then earnings, and it was all about, can we just survive earnings? It did survive earnings, and as long as it made a higher low than the previous low, all was well. And then boom, up 10% today, and a confirmed breakout of the double bottom. It is a real double bottom pattern now. I mean, your target on this now is like 170, 171. That's where we're at. That's where it's, I mean, that's the next real overhead resistance, 170-ish, okay? It wasn't just that, it was GME as well. GameStop, it was up, my God, 27.5%. Held on to that 159 area. Wow, what a crazy hold. And
Nick, how are these NFTs selling for millions? How do I make one and sell for $1 million? The NFT.
Dude, I don't know. I have NFTs, and I can't believe the ones I sold for 1 Ethereum each, you know? That was back, dude, I sold the 5 of me as Napoleon, right? It was like, you know, with the hill, the classical. Minted 5 of them. Each of them sold for 1 Ethereum each at $1,800. That was the cost of Ethereum at the time, and now Ethereum's worth $3,100 right now. So nice, but dude, 1 Ethereum. That's not, dude. Some of these cyberpunk NFTs are selling for over $100 million. It doesn't make sense. It's probably, you know, we're witnessing in real time what they're going to be making movies about later once it's all figured out. High sophisticated money laundering or something.
Back on your breakout analysis. I can sell at much higher prices. Also, you're the reason I own AMC when it blew up late May. You're the best around. Need a Cobra Kai tip gift?
Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai GIF. No, we need to get a Cobra Kai NFT. Oh, come on. That'd be cool. But yeah, we could try to figure out some sort of, I'd need some suggestions, you know. Would it be like, yeah, we could make it something and just have the sound bit when someone tips be like, Cobra Kai, where they're all screaming and chanting it, you know, and it would be from the Karate Kid at the tournament. We could do something like that, man. But what would be, I guess it would be the Cobra Kai logo would fall in the jar. That'd be cool. When is the new season coming out? I'm excited. I can't wait. Dude, Terry Silver's gonna be in the new season. I can't wait. Terry Silver reminds me of Vet Moonboy in a lot of ways. Don't ask me why. Hey, what's up, Swing Trade Pros, dudes? Thanks for the $80. Let's go, dude. Thanks, man.
$SPCE, $RQT, $ZOM, $KC, 0.025000000 ETH.
Virgin Galactic, Rocket, ZOM, the Zoom, KC. I don't know a couple of those. All right, we'll look at them. I'll try to get to all of them. Normally, it's like, you know, no matter what, it's one contribution, one analysis. You know, because people tip 100 like all the time. It's like they'd be like, here, look at 10 assets for me. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that every time someone tips $1,000. Look at 100 assets for me. It's like, I can't do that. But I'll try to get to them, all right? Thank you, man. So with GME, I was on the phone with Scott Carney today. We got something possibly. It's not certain. It's all about probabilities still, right? Oh, and the person that I would be talking to would love that, me saying that. But, you know, I'm gonna be possibly having someone on the stream, and or it might be interview format. I don't know yet. I want to see whatever she's most comfortable with. We're gonna do what she wants, and I'm gonna have an interview. It's gonna be like a more formal interview than like I've done with Scott Carney. So y'all will hopefully this happens. I don't want to get people's hopes up, but she seems like cool possibly with it, and man, I'm excited because she is a freaking institution of knowledge when it comes to the psychology of the trader. All right, dude, she's got like how many? She like 14 publications. You know, she was like co-author of The Disciplined Trader. Which one was it with Mark Douglas? I want to say. When I got you, dude. Just give me a sec. I have no idea. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah. So it's like Paula T. Webb, former manager of trading for operations at Mid-American Commodities Exchange, the first commodities exchange to offer mini contracts. She was a former floor trader, and she's got 15 books. She's the author of 15 books, and co-founder of the field of trading psychology back in the 80s. So it is a treat that y'all will be subjected to if it happens, when it happens. It seems like it's gonna be a good thing after my conversation with Scott today. Anyway, let's move along. You know, we didn't even look at the two. You know, we looked at Bitcoin. We didn't look at Ethereum. That dang man, it was looking good. But then that bearish divergence, man, was there. The higher high. But it was just butting up against multi-month. It already had made multi-month highs. It was just, it couldn't hang on to it. It couldn't hold on to those gains with Bitcoin. Bitcoin pulling back marginally, you know. Same with Ethereum. So it's still within the parameters of the upsloping flag. Zoomed out, it's like nothing happened, right? It's like, huh? Okay, cool. Still above major resistance. That's it. You know, not every day is an asset going to be testing critical areas, doing critical things, amazing things. This is just one of those days, chat. Get used to it. All right, so don't think there's going to be any hidden bullish divergence anytime soon. But, you know, if things keep getting worse for Bitcoin, it goes down to the demand line or something. You can see Ethereum come all the way back down to 3,000, 3,020-ish. Could happen, man. If you look at the daily, it's kind of bearishly engulfing, right? Yeah, you got a mini bearish engulfing. It looked like the hidden bullish divergence is going to be an argument. It's probably still in play. It's not dead yet, but it's not what you want. You want it today to be less negative momentum, and then tomorrow less and less and less. It's not happening that way. So now it's like, I don't think we can say it's developing. It might not be.
Ban/views, and thanks for the MC trade.
What's up, Steven? And thanks for the 20. Oh, I don't know, man. It's like, again, like, dude, I'm not like in here being like, we're so cool, dude. You know, it's just the way the chart was, man. It could have been anything. And I even at the end of it, I'm like, I hate that I'm bullish on AMC again because it's a joke, dude. It's an outdated business model. Really? Movie theaters, and then you've got the COVID meta with it. It's a joke, but yeah, the chart looked freaking unbelievable, and that's hopefully people will take heed of that and understand, like, it doesn't matter what the asset is. If the chart looks good, it's looking good. That means it can go up in price, and you can make money on it, and that's what's important. Yeah, you can't own GME and not be a degenerate. Exactly. Get wrecked. I'm kidding, because God, GME respected the TA unbelievably last summer and was pinged for, back then when I had like 200 patrons last summer, it was pinged for all of them. They all, like, they knew it, they saw it, and it was like, it's there. Back testing the spring from 2004 at like $4, and then it went to $300+ off that. That was Michael Burry when he entered. Anyway, yeah, sloping flag's still there, but the hidden bullish average argument might be not as good anymore. And if things don't go well, then you know where it's going. I mean, like $28.89 to $3,000 is your target if things start stalling out on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin somehow can get it together and pivot and it's so strong, then this thing's gonna break upward. The target's still over $4,000. Just following Bitcoin, man. Okay, let's go to Cardano. That's been oh so incredible, but you know, not today. It's coming back down to earth a little bit, or is it? Maybe it's not even going back down to earth. Nah, it's just taking a pit stop on the way to the moon. It's like Apollo 13, but without all the technical difficulties. I don't know. All right, that's a terrible example because no, Apollo 13 was real bad, right? It was like something else, but it hit the 1272 and caught a reaction there. Is overbought. And this is where, you know, 1272 fib extensions. Remember all the index funds, when they broke their all-time highs and they went to the next levels that made any sense, which are the fib extensions, it reacted there and even the index funds came to back test the old all-time highs as support before they went higher. So I mean, that could be the same thing with Cardano at the same time, maybe not. But like, all we know is like it's not really an actionable time on Cardano. It's not like, oh, great time to long Cardano now. No, not really. There's no way to strategize how you would enter this right now. It's never really a good idea going long on an asset that on the dailies, you know, 77, it's been overbought since like August 10th pretty much. I don't know, reset and then ran again, but after the reset, the asset appreciated in value like, you know, 53% in like 5 days or less than a week. So yeah, I mean, hopefully you understand, like, we've been looking at these coins and they've been going up and stuff. And besides, like, storage, which was one example of, dang, man, it looks pretty good. But then sometimes you run out of time because Bitcoin reverses. But a lot of them, most of them, it's like none of these are at actionable areas right now for longs, right? These are at levels where they could reverse. If they break, they could continue to moon. But, you know, a lot of these coins are up 100+% in a month, 1 month. Some of them are up 200 to 300%. God. So there's your Cardano, the third largest cryptocurrency in the world. And then you got Binance Coin that is just reacting at a 618. Not much of a resistance. It's just pulling back with Bitcoin, and the pullback's not bad. If you're looking at the actual daily time scale, it's nothing burger. It's a nothing burger candle after multi-month highs yesterday. I just don't know how you could be phased by this. If you know, were paying attention to the breakout, or you got the first breakout was 350, we've been monitoring that. I mean, since that breakout, what are you worried about? Targets are still intact for like, you know, $600. You hear that? That's the train honking to Tindy Town. Let's go, dude. What?
What's up, Mitch? Do you have experience with the trend-based fib time 2 or the fib time zone? Thanks.
No, I don't. I don't have experience with those, nor do I use them. And that's okay, right? Someone else can have experience and use them. It's in his system, his or her system, and it's great. And that's it. Yep. You might want to find them. I never sought a need, you know, throughout all my time doing it. And I figured out these were the best for me. These were the best variables that I show you, right?
Can we check MDT USDT? Bull flag / pennant?
I don't know, Egg. We'll look, dude. Thank you. All right, so BNB just hitting a 618 and reacting there mildly. There is certainly 100% no buyer exhaustion on any significant time scale on Binance right now, and that is just what you know, keeps me optimistic about potentially BNB seeing $600 again, just to test it and fail and go to zero, or to test it and break it and go to moon. All right, I just think that would be probably where it's headed. The candle high closed back from April 13th. All right, so just looking at the big four, whatever. I mean, we do have, it's just obligatory, man. I mean, there's not just one market. The S&P 500, you know, money printer go burr. Yes, burr, all-time highs. Back tested the old all-time high from July 14th as support, or it fell below it. Pretty much hit that demand line of the long extended channel, and is yeah, again, there's nothing here. God, dude, nothing, man. You got a heart line all the way up at like 4660 or so. It just doesn't stop, man. Different sectors carry in the whole market over and over and over. Dow Jones did not close at all-time highs today. Didn't do much of anything, right? Almost looks like a reversal candle, like an evening star right there, up 0.09%. Still broke out, still above the old breakout level, the range. So you're safe until then. I think a gap could fill though pretty easy at 35,110 or 112. Then you got the NASDAQ composite that clearly all-time highs. $15,000 for the first time ever. You gotta love it, man. Hidden bullish divergence. There it is. This is a strong wave structure, isn't it? The X, the A, the B. What's B doing? Like 113% retrace, then the higher low on C. And you know that means 1618s, 2618s. Yeah, insanely bullish stuff going on the NASDAQ composite. It's crazy. It's just as crazy, if not crazier, on the Qs, the NASDAQ 100. Same type of wave structure, the X, the A, the B, the C, and now D. And, you know, what does this chart look like? Well, to me, it kind of looks like this chart. But Nvidia, right, is making a lower high on B, and the index fund's making a higher high on B. But we know the target on Nvidia is around 230, 228. Oh, and they're like about to get the bid for like the U.S. government, right, for semiconductors, because Intel can't fill the orders or something. Oh man, I remember so long ago buying my first share of Nvidia at $23 a share. I didn't know it'd turn into this, man. Are you kidding me? Oh, good, getting contracts with the government. All right, that's when you know you made it as a stock. So more upside on this, but no value. I mean, all you had to do is just survive earnings, and you survived, and market participants loved it. And then it's helping driving the market. You understand now, and this is what I'm saying, like government contracts, but it's also the 8th largest weighted asset on the S&P 500 now. I can't just like, what? What happened to my baby? My baby's all grown up now. Anyway, so I don't know. We're not gonna spend too much time. You know, I know we got some requests from people I want to get to. Okay, we already looked at AMC. That was technically a request. Hex. Let's go to Hex real quick. Hex looks fine. I mean, look, I don't know. Like, you got a high, you have a slightly higher high, but you are showing bearish divergence on the daily. Right? Buyers looking maybe a little exhausted, but the fact is, the asset is above the highest high from July 15th still. Until you break that, you gotta let it ride, right? I'm talking, you gotta break it bearishly with a candle low close, not intraday every day we're falling below it, but then rallying back by close we're back above it. That's not it. I'm talking about one of these candles is closing below 17.1, 17.5 cents. You're good until that happens on Hex. This is like a stupidly bullish trend. It could be like pseudo cup with handling right now, or just bull flagging on the daily now. But yeah, one thing to like the devil's advocate for Hex is the potential bearish divergence on the daily. And we know what's been happening with anything bearish on this chart. It's been completely violated and then indubitably invalidated. And then it just goes to higher prices. So it's like, it's pausing really well above the old all-time highs and holding it as support. And if it keeps that up is next. Even with this, right? It's gonna fail if this keeps up. Why does it keep doing this? Why does it keep every day? We're talking like a week now, back testing the old all-time high support. You like, okay, and then like, I'm staying like bullish bias on this because prove me wrong. Let the chart get a candle low close below that level. Let the trend reverse. Let us get lower lows, lower highs. Let us reverse the trend overall, and then I'll start changing my tune about Hex. But until then, historically, all you can do is let it ride, man. You have to. Let the winners ride. This is a big time winner. Based on the technicals, that's it. I'm not talking about, oh, I'm a Hex shill. No, it's just the charts. It's just what the asset keeps doing over and over and over again. That's it, dude. There you go, Ross or fake Ross. I don't know. One of them is real. Something's going on, dude.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Okay, GRT update. Yep, took it on the chin. Yeah, it happens, Larry. It's down 8%. It reversed literally nowhere. This happens sometimes when the macro reverses. Yeah, homogeneous market gonna be homogeneous. You look at the daily, there is nothing to worry about. There is no real major divergence or anything. I get it, there's one high, slightly higher high on the RSI. It's not really there on the MACD histogram. It could come and back test 81 cents again on the daily. Anything above 81 cents is good. You can't be, this is like where it requires tremendous discipline to understand the context of the situation, where the asset is. It's well above a breakout. It's already broken out. It's just taken its time, and once you sell, that's when the composite operator's like, all right, it's time to turn it on, you know. So you got to let it ride. You got to give it time. You got to have a trading plan before you take the long, and you got to abide by it, right? I mean, what can you do here? You're going to improvise and be like, oh, I'm scared because it had a down day, but it's still well above all major levels, and anything above that, eventually you could just have, there could be a 10% update tomorrow, completely engulf all that happened today, and you're selling into red, and you're scared, even though there's no reason to be scared technically. If you look left, nothing. You start getting scared below 79, scared as in like, I think this trade is failing. This could very well fail, but it goes below 79 cents. It could still end up just making a higher low than the low from July 22nd at 46 cents. You make a higher low, it's accumulation. It just might take forever to play out, and then it's just this long position trade that it does require time. Yeah. Wow, there's now someone in the chat called Genuine Ross. There's fake Ross, there's fake Ross, there's real Ross, and then there's Genuine Ross.
Thanks, Mitch Smile.
Hey, it's James Spann. Respect the Polygon. Thank you, dude. Love James Spann. He was definitely an influence in my life growing up, if you didn't know.
Noise!
So, Lee.
Good morning from Australia. Watch your show daily and so thankful for your teachings. Could you please look at new on the ASX MATE Australia?
Yeah, Lee. Thank you for the $30.99 Australian dollars, mate. Sure. Thanks, dude. I will. And I'm glad you're watching and investing in yourself. Not enough people invest in themselves. And that's good, right? Isn't it good that not enough people invest in themselves? Because it makes the game of life so much easier. That's your competition, right? I mean, if you're playing the game of capitalism, aren't all your peers kind of like your competition? That's the way I look at it. I mean, in ways. So, and I think it's kind of healthy to look at it like that. You're playing that type of game. So,
Noise!
Hey, Mitch. Can we look at Theta? Took along at $7.50.
we'll look at it. Well, Anonymous, what are you doing to me, man? What are you doing to me? String it, dude. String it. You're almost there. Okay, so that's GRT. If you look at the daily, there's nothing to care about at all. It's just ebbs and flows. There's a candle every day. It represents 24 hours, and it's still fine. You're just down today, not up, right? Oh yeah, one thing we didn't look at, you know I'm about to press. You know I'm about to press a chat.
I like turtles.
I like turtles, not so much today. It took a kind of a, took a hit, but it's still contained within the parameters of the upsloping channel that goes all the way back to July 20th, 21st, right? Still above it. It's back testing $2 trillion. Wow, you somehow $2 trillion is psychological. We understand that, but it's no formal support resistance really. You have tested it. You did technically. I mean, it might be more so indecision candle. I don't know if I'd call that a bullish pin bar. You could technically call it a bullish pin bar, but I don't know if it's in the context. It's like, oh, it's going to reverse right here. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's all's well. Even if it falls out of the channel, make a higher low than 1.87 trillion, you're going to be okay. Can we look at Genuine Ross on the 4-hour? Fake Hex? I don't even know how to look at Ross. Any Ross. What are you talking about? Thanks, man. So the target's still 2.21 trillion, as long as you just keep making higher lows than the previous lows that are discernible, right? That's your next discernible swing low, I think, the major one, August 19th. I mean, think about it. It could be BAMM stuff, right, where it's breaking it and then it goes down in deep retrace and then pivots and goes again. Okay, great. You just can't look. We already talked about a lot of these coins have, if you were trading them, if you were swing trading the bottoms, the reversals, the reaction lows, the reversal lows, they're profit taking levels, or at least a couple profit taking levels, you know, not all of them, but that's what literally, like, the whole thing. You don't go straight line up most of the time. The asset will run up, it'll hit a target, and then it'll reverse there, it'll consolidate for sometimes a week, and then it'll pivot, make a higher low, and then run again, and then eventually hit the second target. And at the second target, around the second target, it'll reverse. People take profit there. There won't be enough demand to break it above that sell wall. It'll pull back, consolidate, and probably go again, right? And if it doesn't, that's why layering out exists. Okay, good coffee today, like every day. So the next, all right, so this is for swing trade. Okay, so Virgin Galactic still been dumping. It's now making, yeah, it's low to high. It's finally hit a 786, finally showing something, right? It wasn't. Okay, so we now have more data. Classic bullish divergence is developing at a deep retrace. Potential value perceived area, right? 786 is not the 886. Man, we love the 886. I love the 886. Is there anything strategic at the 786? I mean, there was, I guess, this low or this high from October 21st. I think what you need, this asset really needs to get back above 2765 probably. I mean, that's that high from July last year. You break that, I think you're going up to 3580. So yeah, that's definitely what could happen. So pay attention to the levels, right? It's all about the levels. If Virgin Galactic can get above 2765, then your upside percentage potential is minimum 28%. That's not a joke, right? This is one of those meme-ish stocks in ways, the way it's happened, right? So if things got really bad, the asset would be going to the 886, which is around $20, and there's probably some more support down there to back it up. So, and I'm just thinking something like this maybe, just, it's too shallow, right? So it would be some sort of bat, but I'm thinking the PCZ would have been the 886, but how can it get to the pattern completion zone if this plays out, right? If the daily bullish divergence is so good right now, how does it not reverse here and then and get invalidated and go to the 886? It might rally, make another lower high, then dump again, and eventually get to the 886, which would be probably more prudent, far more conservative, and you know, there's the 886, man, it's a magical level. It's so many reversals happen on all markets at the 886. 786, we see it too, but the 886 I think is probably, it's like, let there be no doubt. When you're the 786, you're like, you could always go to the 886 and then form like triple bullish. It could end up showing bullish divergence on the RSI by the time it gets to the 886, you know? And it's like pathetic at the 786, right? So it's reacting. But it's all about 2765, okay? What was that? What's up, Jovis? Whatever you said, yes, I think, hopefully. It's all right, we were going, we was vibing, we was doing things. Yeah, dude, Rocket's incredible, right? This was identified when it's an M shape, bullish divergence. Look what it's done. Oh, I love it, man. The spring back test, 1749, the lowest low of all time, August 6th. At one time, it was the lowest low. Look what's happened. You ran up. Oh my God, it was so good. Then the gap fill. You knew the gap fill was probably going to happen. It could. So it filled the gap. And at the same time of filling the gap from August 12th, the asset back tested the spring like the Jesus. And now it's up 2.62%. You're still kind of at lower risk areas. Now, just above this back test of spring, there's another zone of inflection. So it's like a lot of chop, a lot of work to do. But if the asset can ever break above $19.40 to $20, that's where I think it could be going back up to $24, $25, the top of the range. So yeah, you could be in some crazy looking Wyckoff stuff, right? And you're near the bottom, the absolute basement right now. And you're just now you fell below the basement, dude. You were underground, and somehow you've recently, as of like literally yesterday and Friday and Thursday back tested the bottom of the basement. And you're like, yep, the basement, the floor is in. We're holding it. That's the price action correlation to trend lines right now. So if this is respected, if whatever's happening recently and now is going on, up next, it'll break through $20 and go to $24 to $25. You're some pretty low risk areas on a rocket, man. Yeah, not a joke, dude. This is not a drill. Okay, this could do things. This could, at these levels, this is exactly where you're paying attention. This is where you have to pay attention. Otherwise, it'll be up 30%. It'll be in the news. It's at like $20, and people are like, shut up on now. What do I do? Or is it $25? You know, it's like, what happened, man? It's up like AMC was today. These are the levels, dude. All right, very, very good request on this one. This one's got to be at least posted. People will know about it. Just gotta be posted, man. I think your target on this one would probably, I mean, I would say 2260 maybe. You could do C. I don't think it would be equitable, but dang, man, it's so easy to strategize a stop loss here. At this point, right, we just seen the asset spring back test, right? So it's so easy. It's like, if it just did that, that's the strategy. That's what I'm playing. I'm playing what just happened. So if it like falls back below that level, I don't want anything to do with this trash. But it could be amazing here. So it's like so easy to have a tight stop because that's the level and what it's just done. And so you could target, I mean, you could even, oops. Could you target for C? You could target for C and still have a 3.82 to 1 reward to risk, meaning you could actually just make it a little bit looser and still have a 3 to 1 and go for C, Casey Stubbs target. Wow. So that if you're like trying to be really conservative on this, C, A, and then of course the top of the range, whichever one, you conservative or not, you just go right. The candle high close from October 16th of last year. That's the way week one could size up Rocket pretty well, man. That's actually the way it kind of could be done. So we're just gonna go ahead and publish the idea just for education's sake, right? I mean, why not? So it's technical indicator, it's harmonic pattern. Trend analysis kind of is in a no trend. There is no trend on Rocket, and a no trend is certainly what would be considered a trend. There are the downtrends, the uptrends, and the no trends. This is at the bottom of a no trend. The greatest, lowest risk areas. And if it fails, it fails. If he dies, he dies. Ivan Drago this. Nice one, swing trade. Thank you, dude. All right.
Hi, Mitch.
Hi.
My CLV Clover Finance trade dumped 20%. Can you please help me understand if the trade setup is still valid? Thanks, bro. Fire.
Your Clover dumped. If it dumped 20%, doesn't sound like it's good. I mean, you would know. Hopefully, you're doing this and you're self-sufficient now and you're understanding. I mean, like, you would know if it's dead. You don't have to ask me, right? I mean, 20% down sounds like earnings or something, right? When the S&P 500 hit all-time highs today, and we know about earnings, that is where you got to pay attention, man. Earnings will kill you, literally kill you. It doesn't matter how good the setup looks at all. So this was ZOM, Zomedica Corporation. This is why, I mean, I understand why you've requested it, right? What a correction, though. A lot, I mean, the composite man acquired a position, pumped it, and it's correcting. So I've just seen it so many times that assets will come back to levels like this and they'll look good, they'll reverse there, they'll make a lower high, then they'll dump again, they'll fall below it. And it's like, what? And there's definitely, like, undeniably, like, hidden or classic bullish divergence. There's Look at this. I mean, you've got a Bulkowski structure, right? Yeah, see, look, it looked okay, and then it broke it, and it's like, you can't even do anything. Is it really? There's a supply line. I'll leave the supply line there, but it doesn't look like there's any sort of wedge or anything. But it's all about the ifs. If this asset can maintain prices above 45 to 49 cents long enough, it'll probably break the supply line, and it'll have a nice rally, and there's not much price action until $1.03. I think that would be the target for this asset if it did hold this and pivot and rallied. I mean, RSI not showing any kind of divergence, but my God, the MACD is showing tremendous bullish divergence, right? Every time you make a lower low, lower levels negative momentum. So the sellers are implying that they're exhausted right now on a significant time scale. Bulkish divergence. I don't know. Oh, does bulkish mean it's really, really bullish? I guess I learned something new. Anyway, it's all about the ifs. There's only
skills into spin, please. That is the stock. Skills.
Skills to kills. Yeah, I remember it was pumping at one time in the past. No shield wheel. Thanks, dude. All right, so we have no confirmation that the bottom's in here. The divergence could usher in a reversal that could break it above the supply line, but there's no confirmation, right? What we normally want to see are like secondary tests of a level as support. Market participants gain confidence that yes, the bottom truly is in, right? You don't have that here. You just recently hit it, so even if it rallies here, it's more of a scalp or something, right? You'd want to see it rally, it sells off, then it back tests it the second time, and on the second time, then the RSI is maybe showing some true bullish divergence, right? And maybe the RSI is showing another tier of divergence. But yeah, it's at an interesting level where a reaction could occur, no doubt. Just maybe not quite actionable yet. Oh, you talking about coffee futures or Kingsoft? Probably Kingsoft. Yep. Is there? Are you all sure the music's not too loud for real, dude? It's so loud. I get why you're requesting it, maybe. Oh my God, the triple bullish divergence is so good. Sounds okay. All right, it's all right. Just get paranoid about it. There is triple RSI bullish divergence occurring right now. It's rallying. It's trying to reverse, but it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I guess it's using this old candle high close from May 11th last year as support. Maybe it's trying to confirm a bottom. The one thing that the other asset wasn't showing, this one's trying to show one bottom, second bottom. It's kind of like a bullish bat pattern or something. I would feel most confident about this asset if it could get back above $30. Right, $30 and a back test of that level as support would make me feel maybe best. Right, that's like a discernible swing low from July last year a couple times, and you know where it's going above $30. It's probably $40 to $41. It's okay. I think the best of those was certainly, without a doubt, Rocket, RKT. Okay, let's go to band that was requested. Yes, I understand, man. I understand, band. Couldn't get it together above the major inflection point that goes all the way back to August of last year. Literally 1 year ago yesterday. 2 days ago. I'm sorry. 1 year, 2 days ago. It couldn't break that level. It was tested as a resistance even on the 10th of August. And oh, by the way, belated happy birthday to Julia. Sorry.
WPRT please dat. Thanks Forex. Heart. Much love.
Someone let Julia know we're throwing the confetti for lots of it.
Heart.
Happy birthday! Thank you. Splus. S plus, we'll look at it, alright. It's not today. Yeah, I know. It's my DJ friend also, it was his birthday was last Tuesday, and I misheard him and thought it was today. So I was like, oh, whatever. Okay. Let me check my notes here. Can we get back on track, please? Whoa, X-Growl DJ. What? Probes is DJing now? All right, this is Probes, DJ Probst. All right, so you have upthrusted above the level and pulled back. You're bearishly engulfing. I don't know if there's much of an, I mean, you could say it's diverging bearishly, but dude, it's so far off. This is, you know, it could chop around for a while. There's nothing to worry about. You're reacting at an area where it could react, and it's all on Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes sideways now, goes up a little bit. This thing's going to pivot and rally. You can't be that concerned. Excuse me, hold on. Yeah, I know, dude. It's like you're not there yet. You're just not there. And anything above 750, you gotta have conviction here. Conviction above 750, the entry area. You gotta let it ride, man. You love it on the up days. On the down days, you gotta be like, I understand. Ups and downs occur, but well off the entry. I'm grateful, and I expect nothing. Don't know when it's going to hit 1480, but eventually it could, based on the historical price action in between the levels from history looking left. All right, that was it, man. It could come in back test. It could come in double bottom at 760. You could continue acquiring your position, and it did to look. January and January, it did that. 2 different times, same month, back tested that level as support. Could do it again, even though we know it did it on the 4 hour. The 4 hour at double bottom before rallying to this next level. So yeah, you can get above that. It's 1150 and 200-day moving average. A lot of stuff you got to break, but eventually promised land for those retraces. This is like a big cycle reset trade. A lot of these coins, dude, you're talking 170 plus day corrections or structures, right? Complex M-shaped structures that took that much time, and you can trade within them, you know, on less significant time scales. But dude, when you go to the daily and the weekly, and that's the way the trade is, it just takes time for those things to eventually play out. It's like, yeah, we want 2-3 months of just straight number go up, you know, up and down, but it eventually always up, you know. And then once you get up to like the $15, maybe even like the $18 area, that's when maybe violent major reversals occur on the attempted rallies, deep retraces. Okay, that's your band. It's like GRT. It's like you have to have conviction. You have to understand why one took the trade to begin with. What was it doing? Understand where it is now compared to that level where one took the entry, still well off of it. And we understand it could go back to that level to test it again. As long as it stays above that level, all is well. Stop loss is somewhat marginally below that critical level, and then take profits at much higher levels. One must have confidence in their trading, right? Before they hit the buy button. You must have confidence in what you're doing. You can't take a long on something. And this is something that Paula T will be talking about when she comes on the stream or whenever I do the interview with her. This is her forte. Is you know, when people the days like this is when you get tested. These are test days, testing your mental acuity as a trader. Do you have the understanding what's happening? Are you okay? Yep, everything's okay on the technicals, but it's not about the technicals. I mean, all the time. It is sometimes about the mentality. I mean, and she'll tell you that like 90% of trading is not technicals. It is the mental side. 10% is about what we do here. That seems crazy, right? But it's true. Okay, let's see. Next request was this one. MDT, I have memory of this place. It did what assets do at deep 88% retraces. They bought them once, just kidding, they bought them twice to gain confirmation. Market participants gained confirmation July 22nd that the bottom was in. Didn't know on the first time. but it was such a critical level, that high from August 16th, the gray zone. It was a zone of inflection, and this asset came down to it and held it. It did not fall below it, and has rallied substantially and is at a very, very critical level. It's almost like B Pro, not as good, but it's right at the same level. That low from February 25th, it does look like it's consolidating in some form, right?
Hey Mitch, love your streams. Thank you so much.
Dude, it's me, man.
Is that a joint?
Thanks for the 420 super chat. Thank you for watching and supporting the stream. Thank you, dude. So you could see, like, clearly, like, here are my lines. You get what's going on, right? It's like, and I'll plot this little candle high close too. It's definitely kind of like a zone of inflection. The lowest close after the big run up February 25th, and then that high May 25th, and everything correlates in this zone. I wish it was just so simple to be like, it's one price to the penny. It's not. It's a zone. It's most of the time it's a zone, dude. It's the zone. Right there, right? So it's above it currently at this time. It's above the top of the zone, which is really good. And, you know, it may pull back. It could even dump back below it and just, but you don't want it to, based on historical price action correlation between 2.7 cents and 4 cents is straight up, straight down, 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 and then straight up. That's literally it. So if you do not want this asset to be falling below 3.8 cents, which is the bottom of the zone, okay? Because we know it's going straight down to 2.7 cents again, because that's only the only thing it's ever done is that. So it's like, hey, we're trying to strategize stop losses marginally below 3.8 cents or so, and then letting it ride, and then the target, I mean, I know, I get it, man. It's like probably the target's 5.9 cents there. But yeah, there's a candle high close back here, February 14th at 5.3 cents that you'd have to understand. But look where the price action went, a couple highs there. So that would probably be where it's headed if this consolidates bullishly and holds above 3.8 cents long enough. It'll probably get a 5+ cents, 5 to 6 cents really would be your target zone. All right. Yeah, looks good. It broke out. It's holding. Buyers are not exhausted. The RSI is resetting right now, right? Because it was overbought at one time. It was at 80, and now guess what? It's sitting at 67. Perfect. You could go to 64, 60, whatever. It's in the bullish control zone, resetting, and could be getting ready to roll again if Bitcoin allows it, right? Because Bitcoin is what's causing the pullback today, and it barely moved. It's all good on 3%. Oh no, man. Whew. That's your MDT. It's not bad. It's above critical levels. Wow. Could go moon if it holds. All right, next one. Oh man, that's an interesting chart. Well, kind of interesting. Terrible trend. I mean, it's awful. It's literally pathetic. But yeah, could be. I don't know. I would have felt way more comfortable if the asset, and maybe it did. I mean, like that's spring back test. That's it. You got a range going on, and it does look pretty interesting, right? It's like you got a really nice run. You sold off. You're making substantially higher lows than the previous lows before it, and you're making another one. You're making like 2 lows, and this even the second low is slightly higher than the first low. You know, it's trend sucks, but it's range bound asset back above 75 to 76.5 cents. I don't know, maybe it really got created right here. Yeah, that selling climax was right there, August 14th, and that has been back tested as support. So I think at this level, what it's done successfully already, July 14th, the target on this asset is most likely 94 cents. Right? To go up and test it, it's that high, the automatic rally or whatever, right? Selling climax into an AR, which is August 17th. And then the secondary test, right? Or something, right here, October 14th. Then the spring back test, multiple ones, different levels. If this is going to hold up, then 94 cents would be your target. I'm not telling you to take action on it. The trend's so bad, but Looking horizontally, it's above levels that are very important, and it's showing one time, maybe a second time, could be going higher. At least within the parameters of this range. Okay, that's it. That's your that's NEW on the Australian Stock Exchange. It's not. I mean, there are so many assets to trade out there. I would be looking maybe for an asset showing a range like this. You know, maybe in an uptrend or something long term. But yeah, it could be Wyckoff accumulation. Could be finally time to reverse. Big one trying to do a tweezer on the 4 hour. Fake news. No way, dude. That's almost like narrow ranges. I don't. After an impulse candle down, you have 2 narrow ranges, which is like kind of bearish. It's just like 8 hours of indecision after the more decisive move down locally. Yeah, I don't know, man. Where are the bulls? Like, well, the bulls still aren't here. They haven't pushed it back up yet. So. All right, next one. There it is. Down 7.8 cents. I'm sorry, 7.8%. We just zoom out. We look at the daily. Below the 200-day moving average again. That has been a problem since 27th of July when you first tried to test it. That's crazy, man. What a steel wall of resistance on theta. It also did on the 16th. It did back test another inflection point horizontally, and has not been able to retest it again. So you're technically engulfing bearishly, but it's really not a big deal. It's not a huge engulfing candle. There's probably a demand line here that's still holding fine. I mean, anything above 580 to 626 is really good. You know, you think that there's going to be a more moderate retrace than what we've seen so far in time, eventually. I think eventually $10 could be tested. That's the big breakout point, $10. So, like if anyone was taking a long on theta, it would probably have been on the spring back test at 614. And if one took a long there, then all I can tell you is that person who took that long, they have to let it play out. Like, yeah, you had a down day today. It was up and now it's down, but it's still way off the entry of the trade. And the trade's on the daily. So it's like one bottom, second bottom. All right, you got to let it ride. You're going to have days like this. Days like this are when you say, hey, where are we in accordance to the levels? And we're in the dead middle of 2 levels, right? 626, 580, and then 845. You're in the dead middle. No action that one could take right now on a long. You just don't know. It could come back down to $6. So it's really underperforming decent amount of coins. I don't know, a lot of coins are at these levels, like these 382s, retraces. You got in at 750. I don't know why you really got in at 750. It doesn't make too much sense. The real strategic level was 626. So this, you just understand, if you bought in at $7.50, this could go down to $6 again, and it really wouldn't be in technical damage. Or there would not be any technical damage on the chart. It doesn't get real weird until you break below 587. So this could go down. You could be in the red more, and you still not know. All right, next one for Jophus. Yeah, MicroStrategy was a Momo shifting structure that I think the trend's reversing. Trend is reversing on this asset. Where it is currently, I think the target will eventually be $883.91. Go back, man. Really, that's not even a big one. The big one, wow. The big resistance is like $1,150. That candle high close from December of 1999. This is where you are. It's kind of in no man's land if we're talking about historical context. Right, overhead resistance, that's the next one. You're above the 624 mark, so that's good. It held that as support. So 1150 if you're talking about overhead, and then you could see some turbulence at 800. That's a low from December 1999. So you do that, and then you come back. Oh, sorry, I'm just not used to the arrow. Right, you're above $600, 624, all is well. I think it'll probably go up to 883. I mean, this is how like, hey, it's a huge markup. It's selling off, and this is getting created. You know what's doing? You know what else is doing this, chat? It's an asset called Tesla, doing better looking stuff than this because of the 3 rising valleys. But I don't think this is over. And if it's holding above 624 really well, then I think 883 to go test a gap fill area, to go test a high and low from April. It's not over yet, dude. Bullish convergence is happening on the daily. It's not too bad, man. It's reversing. It reminds me a lot of like Coin, C-O-I-N, and then it reminds me of Activision Blizzard a year and a half, 2 years ago. What's up, Smitty, man? Let's go, dude. LCID, sure, we'll look at Lucid Motors, man. Thank you.
Hey bro, we'll watch on the replay. Elsid, Lucid Motors. Thank you.
We'll look, dude. Understand with MicroStrategy though, it is beholden to Bitcoin. This thing is going to do what Bitcoin's doing for the most part. All right. So Bitcoin has a down day tomorrow. If this is going to continue to slide going into the close today and follow through tomorrow, it goes down to 47K or something, and this is going to sell off too. But it'll probably just make a higher low than the previous lows and go again. It's above the 200-day moving average. I love that for now. Until that changes, we're okay on MicroStrategy. All right, next one. Oh God. Are you talking about Clover? Clover Finance. Clover Finance, is that the S coin or is that something else? I'm confused. It's an S coin. Clover Finance is an S coin. Okay, it's not down 20%, it's only down 6%, so that's what's confusing to me, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. So this one, if you're talking about CLV to USD, candle high close from July 17th. It attempted to break it once, failed. Attempted a rally, and failed again. Confirmation high. That's not good. That's really bad. Now you're testing the bad action magnet move. If this doesn't hold, probability is high. The asset comes down to much lower levels. And I'm talking about it would create some sort of M-shaped formation. It'd be a bullish shark pattern, or it'd be a bullish Cypher pattern. Think about it, an 886 retrace would be the Jesus, man. Why? Look at that. I mean, it's like TA Tetris. Don't be surprised if this happens on this asset that just failed to breach a resistance not once, but twice. What do we know about the second time a failure occurs? Either way, right? You flip this chart over, it tried to break it once, tried to break it twice and failed in its route, and so it looked like it could continue its ascent inverted and go to test major levels again, which just happened to be deep retraces. 1618 confluence too. Dang. So you can't, looking at this, I wouldn't be surprised. Wave analysis, it looks like it could be getting ready to breach B and go down to the deeper retraces. Okay. Yeah, it was a failed breakout. I couldn't do it, man. There wasn't enough demand. So buyers relented. Not once, but twice. Second time's really bad, because then it's like, ugh. Now this may not happen. I mean, what if B holds? B holds, then it's 182 is going to be tested again, and then maybe 228 after that. Okay. Uber Technologies, man. It's terrible. It's so bad. Oh my God, it's so bad. Like, it broke the inflection points. It tried to hold, no, not on demand. No. On your way, right now, you're probably on your way to 36.25, just the IPO level, right? May 2019, 36.25. Yeah. You break that, you're probably going down to 25.69. There's a lot of like swing low, swing highs. Dang, there's a lot of chop. I mean, probably 28.43 if you break 36. I think we got our target to the downside, 36.25. No action to take, really. I mean, I get it, dude. What do you... Like, it's not at a real level that makes any sense looking left. There might be some divergence here, but there's certainly no harmonic structure that makes any sense. This is a higher high on C, so it can't be a butterfly or a crab or anything. It would be a crab if it was a lower high, but it's a higher high, so it's 113 or nothing at all, and it's nothing at all. So we can still use fib extensions from the low to high to understand where we are. We're at a 1414. This thing could be going down to the 1618 at 3756, and or it would make sense to seed that and see actual real support where there is none looking left right now. So yeah, maybe the triple MACD bullish divergence gives you some relief on the 4 hour, but dude, it's not really good. Not really good at all. If anything, it's almost like you've broken the bad action Magnum move that was from January of 2021, right? This year. Oh man, I don't like it right now. It's correcting. It went on a crazy run, but right, corrections happen, and that's okay. It's like too shallow, way too shallow. Dang, man. You know, you think about it, maybe it's like this. Yeah, it's like a butterfly. Butterfly 1618 will happens to be right there. So if you're going for a pattern completion zone, then you got minimum, you gotta wait. Just wait. Why not just wait till the May 2019 level gets tested? You know, that's kind of all you got going here.
Noise! What is your opinion on farming coins from play to earn games with unlimited supply long term? Sustainable or, for example, SLP from Axie Infinity?
Ooh, SLP, an alert went off on SLP today, dude. Can't believe you said that. Wow. I'm like, what is this crap that is alerting me right now? SLP, and it's like it hit the pattern completion zone of a bullish bat or shark or some 886. So we'll look at that, but I don't know. I mean, maybe chat, you want to chime in on what your opinion on farming coins from play to earn games with unlimited supply long term? Do y'all want to weigh in on that? Thank you, dude, for the contribution. Much love. Okay. Skills, oh god, man. Oh, I mean, it was good. The great harmonic. The harmonic was incredible. The reaction low, the reversal low was amazing, but it rallied, made moderate retraces, and it was over. That was just trash. So, I mean, really, on skills, dude. It's up 3% today. Congratulations, but you're like all-time lows. This is a bullish crab pattern, something similar to what we just looked at. I mean, the pattern completion zones are like $5. I don't know if it's gonna get there, man, but that's kind of all you have. Like, if it ever gets back above like $14, then we'll talk, right? But this was it. I mean, like that's it, dude. I mean, sometimes they don't go like and rally to the CNA. Sometimes they just make common moderate retraces, then it's over. That's why like profit taking, layering out's good.
FCO stock, TSXV.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, Daniel, for the 2420. Yeah, we'll look at FCO and Toronto Stock Exchange. Okay, so yeah, you're near all-time lows, man. You're at some levels where it could reverse, but I don't think you're safe until it's like above 14 bucks again. These candle high close from September and October last year. There's no divergence on any time scale. Not really. No bullish divergence that is like textbook right now. It's showing positive momentum. It's catching reaction. It's probably going to go up and back test these levels as resistance before dumping more. It's not a good point, man. For me anyway. I would just, if I have to ask questions and I have to think about it, I'm just like moving on. Like there are times when assets, there's no question about low risk, high rewards, spring back tests of springs, buying signals, triggers, things like that, right? But on this one, I don't like it, man. Give me another chart to look at. Something else to trade. All right, next one. We're just doing the list, man. Y'all keep me pretty busy today, man. Thank you. All right. Major inflection point on this one. Westport Fuel Systems. This is it, dude. The top of the range. The composite operator is done. Composite operator is done with this. He acquired his position for a long time, for 6+ years, ran this thing up to obscene levels, filled a gap, and he's getting out. He's been layering out of his position the whole way up, most likely, and it's done. And yeah, it's trying to hold a very critical level. It's all about the ifs. Can this October 2017, January 2018 level hold? You don't know. It's still like in the maybe. It's trying to. But dang, it just keeps making lower highs. So it's trying to double bottom, which there is no accumulation signature right now. Fill the gap. If it can hold and gets back above 434 and starts back testing it, regarding it as support, then we'll have a different conversation. But for now, I'm a little weary of this one too, because the correction, man. It's a correction. The momentum is not bullish, right? The momentum is like all selling since nearly the beginning of the year, since February, when crypto started, or Bitcoin started just blow, I don't know, May is when the crash happened. But anyway, this just been, don't you want like your momentum to be like higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, quietly, subtly? You're not doing that right now. You're still in correction, and it still hasn't made a deep retrace. It's near it. It made like a 74% retrace, but 329 is a 786, the 886 is like 201. You're at levels now where it's like it could be a full reset. But just understand, if you get above 434, it could run up to 642 to 620. That would be your level. Straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. So it's like, can it pivot here? Is it going to double bottom? I don't know. So you pay attention, monitor these levels, and if it's above it and holds it, then you could go up substantially. You could go up and right. Say it gets above that level and holds, and it could go up 42+% to go test that high up there. Doesn't mean it's going to break it. Probably be resistance and dump. It already did that. It already regarded that level as resistance before it dumped. So when the composite operator's had its fun, that's when it's a correction, and I need a lot more data. Maybe it's a full reset, probably. So probably going deeper retraces in time could be a few weeks or a month or two.
Got in at 55 cents. Just want to add to my pos. Some levels of support. Can we gander at our or 4HR?
Yeah, we'll do that, Charizard. Thanks for 22. Sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like it could be going lower. Like if Bitcoin wants to go test the supply line, or I'm sorry, the demand line at like 47,000, it could. And that altcoin's going to be down another 10+%. You ready for that, chat? You ready for your bags to be down another 10% if Bitcoin wants to go down just another $1,000? Because it's probably going to happen. Anyway, moving on. But I understand why you requested WPRT, because it's at that major inflection point, and it could be showing a little bit of bullish divergence on the MACD. So you could be getting a reversal here, but it's just you need. I mean, so fine. If one wanted to try to take a long here when the momentum's so stacked against you right now because of the lower highs, lower lows. I mean, the stop loss just marginally below 370. If that's what you were wanting to do. Oh man, this is great. LCID, Lucid Group. I haven't been here in a while. I haven't been here since July, but look at it. I mean, it's still at those lower risk areas. It looked like the inverse head and shoulders. Anything above $20 is really good on this. Look at that 200-day moving average. Tested for the first time ever yesterday, and a nice update today, up almost 6%, down 3.68% after hours. Yeah, you're at possible like entry levels maybe on this, but dang, dude, the highest high, then a lower high, then another lower high. So it's like momentum was shifting upward, but locally the momentum has been shifting downward, contradicting variables right now. It's like it just made its lowest low since like May 28th, lowest levels anyway. It made its lowest candle close since May 28th. So yeah, you stay above the 200 moving average, you stay above $20, it'll probably be fine, man, and eventually go to $29 to $31 again. Yeah, that's your range. You're near the bottom-ish of it. No real edge per se. Kind of weird on the MACD, and definitely no divergence on the RSI. So Yeah, it looked good at $21 in July. It might be good again. Maybe it's confirmation low here. At least we know the cutoff. We know we don't want anything to do with this asset probably below 20 bucks. That's it. It's still there. It still looks okay-ish. It not very symmetrical anymore, right? Because it's just extending on and just making lower highs. Lower highs since July. It's interesting, dude. Like, look at this. I've had this plotted for a couple weeks now, I think. Since the last time someone requested this. And I'm like, okay, we'll just plot this here. Someone's like asking about it at 25 cents or something. It's like, dude, nothing here until 786. And then you don't even know at that point because there's no edge. So this asset could very well, easily, if Bitcoin wants to go to the bottom of that trend line or that channel, this asset's going to the 886. And that's in like kind of no man's land, I think. There's like a wick low there. Yeah, dude. We're talking like, if this doesn't hold here, then you're going down to 10 cents to 8 cents. But yeah, you're at it. Look, I mean, how insane is that? It's like May 13th. It's that wick low and the candle low close. That's the zone where it was created. And you're at it, man, with very little to no edge on the daily. No edge on the daily. 4 hour, no edge on the 4 hour. You have no edge. So, I mean, like, yeah, it could very well hold. If it holds, that's great, man. But normally when you're at an inflection point, you want to see undeniable divergence on a couple time scales. And we just don't have that combination of variables right now on this one, SLP. You just don't. And Bitcoin kind of looks a little weak right here. Like it might not be done pulling back, and if Bitcoin pulls back another percent or two, this thing's breaking the living crap out of 13 and going down to 10 cents. But yeah, down here it could be insanely low risk. 10 cents, man, at 886. There could be divergence on the daily. What?
FKN murdering. Appreciate the stream.
What's up, Ryan, dude? Yeah, ALBT, man, it's gone nuts, man. Yeah, thank you. We'll look at ATRI. We only got a lot of assets today, huh? Fabled Silver Gold Corporation, 52.5 thousand volume. We want 1 million volume minimum, right? This has what is it, 5% of the volume that we would like to have, so our orders get filled. I got nothing. There's nothing I can do here. It's so illiquid. I guess your major level might be 11 cents. It's above it at 15 cents. There's nothing I can really do here, man. Like, it's like just hold it at 11.5 cents long enough, you probably go up. So to go test like it did on the scam wick. God, what is that Darth Maul right there? It's at 15 cents. So even if we're looking at a range-bound asset, it's between 11.5 and 19.5 cents. It's in the dead middle. So if Blue Bitcoin, it goes to 11.5 cents. Blue Bitcoin, it goes to 19.5 cents. No action to take on this, even if it did have 1 million volume, which it doesn't. Not even close. If it ever broke 19.5 cents, your target would be 35.5 cents. That's literally all I can do for you on this one, man. It's like you gotta have the minimum criteria. It's gotta be a chart with data and liquidity. Doesn't have anything, okay? I'm sorry, man. You can't get mad at me if you request this, and this is all I can give you, you know? All right, back to GRT. That was the most recent one that met the minimum criteria.
China to me, China.
Dump IT to 40,600. 0.022845339 LTC.
Thank you for the 4 of Litecoin. Yeah, to me it's almost like an M shape, and it probably has a little bit more downside, right? I mean, yeah, it's like a little bat. It's like a little bullish bat pattern. I don't think it's done. Probably not done selling. Yep, 886. The target on this asset minimum right now is, I think it's coming down to 85 cents minimum from here. right? It created the M shape, it broke B, it made the lower high. It is a bad action magnet move. You know, below 96 cents was the BAM confirmation. You're below it. And again, 85-cent target on GRT right now. There's no edge. Nothing is implying a reversal right now. So you could see further downside on less significant time scales, but that's all going to be certainly above the major breakout level. So there might be an area around 85 cents, 84.7 cents to see what happens there. Maybe we get maybe we gain an edge by the time it gets there. Maybe something implies a reversal to the upside by the time we get there. Then that might be actionable, but people was like, what are the levels? It's like, it's not always about the levels. It's about the levels and the context and the other variables that line up with that critical ice line support, right? So there's nothing here. There's no action to take on GRT for a long right now because nothing's implying upside yet on the 4-hour. Okay, that's it. I hate it, man. I hate to be that guy. It's just the way it is, you know. Okay, so is this a crypto or is this an actual? And so it's like, you wanted me to look at Atreon Group, corporation, or whatever. This is this is a 13,000 volume, dude. No volume. 13,000? Oh my God, that's what, 1.3% of the volume we need? But if I was looking at this like I would look at an asset, right? Let's just say this is for education only, okay? Just so we make sure people are getting some value here, right? This did exactly what you want an asset to do. It respected the TA just as well as all the altcoins. What happened at the 88% retrace chat? Inverse head and shoulders, triple bottom action. Same thing that Storage was working on, same thing that Audius was doing, right? Beautiful structure at the pattern completion zone of the bullish bat pattern. Beautiful. Breaking a major inflection point from June 2017. And it just looks like it broke out. That's a confirmed breakout right there. You just got, probably your next target's 796, though you can't there are definitely levels of inflection here. You can't ignore these highs. How many times you reverse here last year and this year? You're going to 744, you break 774, you're going to 796 to $800. You break that, it's just like 850 and then 943, man. So yeah, this is brilliant. This is a beautiful, beautiful chart right here, man. Even though there's no volume. Isn't that crazy? It's very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, I'm so surprised Bitcoin's making session lows or session highs going into the close. That's like a new pattern. That's like a new thing it keeps doing every day, right? It's either ruined by the end of the day or it's complete euphoria by the end of the day and closes there. God, man. So much drama, Bitcoin. Dang, that's pretty though. This is what you're here for. This is what you're trying to learn. You keep trying to identify these structures. They're low risk, high reward opportunities. Really nice. Deep value perceived areas, M shapes, Volkanovsky structures that are large, right? This pattern is almost, what is it? It's 7 months large. 7 month large potential inverse head and shoulders going on. That's where the target could eventually be, $1,000 all-time highs again on this thing. What a long-term sustained uptrend, and then this happens. It's brilliant, man. What a chart, what a request for Ryan J. Good one, dude. Very good. Because you helped everyone in here maybe that was trying to get what's trying to be taught here. They're getting it more now because of your request. So thank you for that. And other people, thank you too. All right. So total, yes, total will be making, it's at its 4 hour lows right now. Bitcoin's selling off and it's not really that surprising based on the way everything looks, right? You're getting a pullback, man. Now the bearish divergence is starting to look a little bit more real. You are in 16 minutes. You will be confirming a daily bearish engulfing candle on total and on Bitcoin. Bearish engulfing candle, man. It was for crypto. Well, I looked and it wasn't there. So I bet you money. I bet you money, Ryan, that asset we just looked at looked better than whatever you requested. And that was it. That was the last request anyway. So we did it, man. So as we finish the kind of finish the stream up, we watched Bitcoin make session lows. As like a couple of days ago, it was making the highest highs, right? It's just yep, see you probably at least $47,000, right? That's about $800 away from the demand line, and nothing ensures that the demand line will hold this time. Like eventually all demand lines break, and then you go down, but it's all about eventually, even if the demand line breaks, making a higher low than 44,131. That's your major level. You need that to hold, because that's the trend, man. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. You break 44,178, you're beginning to possibly reverse the trend that you've been in since late July. It's a little over a month now. Yes, we looked at Hex already. Okay, man, 14 minutes, I think y'all got it, but understand, right, we've looked at trade setups that were posted at the beginning of the month that have hit multiple targets, and they're at inflection points, and Bitcoin pulls back. Those assets will not break those inflection points, and they will continue to lose their value, right? We could have another 10% down day on altcoins if Bitcoin just sells off a little bit. Bitcoin sells off another 2%, oh my God, dude, it's gonna be really bad for alts. It's just the way it's always been, man. They're so much less liquid, and they just are far more volatile because of that. But that's the thing, man. On the way up, Bitcoin can't double in value, but my God, while Bitcoin's on the way to making, 40% upswing, altcoins are going up 100 to 500% in value. So it's like you got to take the good with the bad, and you got to understand the nature of this market that is extremely homogenous and very sensitive to Bitcoin price action. Dang, man. We're at session lows now. We're at the lows of the day right now, and it's gonna keep selling off. Right we could be at 47,000 in 12 minutes now, like the way it looks. It's like should I stick around? I'll try, but it's like. Thanks to 800 people tuned in, right? It's like, oh my God, no hype. Bitcoin's selling off. Time to not ever watch. All right. Well, thanks for coming out. Thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I will be back, chat. Until next time, respect the T. A.